pretty? It's phenomenal. Okay, here. Oh. They walked in right at the perfect timing. So I'm just gonna walk around a little bit, do a video like this instead because, people are playing, messing around. Oh, that's okay. So actually I'm gonna sit on these rocks. That's an even better idea. It just gets a little tiring to hold this up. So today I want to be able to talk about doing things that cause you friction and resistance in your life, which is actually a very good thing to do. You see, if I were to lay it out in simplicity here, we each have comfort zones, right? And in the position that we're in, we find ourselves resisting going out of our comfort zone. To make it very simple, we get used to the way that we do things. As humans, we find that it's easier to excuse ourselves from not doing more challenging and difficult things rather than going and doing it and putting in the work and improving and doing things that are difficult for us. So, in turn, instead of trying something new, we just excuse it for another time, and we think it's okay to come up with reasons and beliefs as for why we can't do it, and we're literally labeling ourselves incapable in doing that, just like the medical industry. And then maybe we medicate ourselves, thinking, oh, well, everything's gonna get better, we'll just do it at another time. You see, time is mercilessly unforgiving. Time waits for no one. So if you're doing that to yourself, you're losing. You already lost. And you're probably blaming the market for you not being worthy. Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. You see, if you take control and responsibility for yourself, then you don't take the time to be able to put your emotions on somebody else. So, look at it. Listen. You want to be responsible for your own emotions. So anytime you go out of that jurisdiction, anytime you start blaming somebody else for why you're not already there yet, you end up becoming childish. Somebody who throws a tantrum, somebody who doesn't want to improve, somebody who simply, if you criticize that person, they throw the biggest fit and they don't take the action to do anything about it. So if you want to be more childlike and be like, hey, there's some way I can get better, I can improve, I can be curious and ask the right questions and do new things and try new things and ask them what this means, then that's along the lines of being childlike. And childlike is really going to be something that you can even be as an adult. You can also be childish as an adult, but between the two, there's favor. If you want to improve, be childlike. Because the child is just going to throw down all the excuses and reasons why they cannot. And those are toxic people. So, ooh, this is a nice site. I like this. So, if you really want to be able to start putting yourself into a place where you're trying new things, right, and you want to achieve your dreams, my hardest challenge for me has been getting really clear and solidified in how I'm going to steer that direction. And when you start developing habits, you start doing things consistently, that's when it gets ingrained into your brain as in, okay, this is a natural thing, it's okay. You gotta do this to survive and take actions and no excuses. And then as you continue to steer, you can turn it just a little bit, just a small degree of an angle every day. And then it will pave the way for you to be able to create that end goal and destination. You do this, you're gonna screw up everything. It's gonna kill you, okay? You're gonna crash. Just do it a little bit at a time, okay? Steer back if you need to, but try and move forward. This is breaking out of your comfort zone, developing the solid foundation in your habitual manner to do new things. I think that's chlorine. So, if you're, I'm not even going to give you an example. So if you're challenged by something, and you find yourself in a place where, this has become quite difficult for me in what I'm doing, and, to try something new would be hard, but it's something I want to do, it's something I desire, then please do it, Just make sure, it's in some sort of accordance and alignment with you and who you are and what you want to do. Because whatever makes you happy is what you want to challenge yourself with. And I'm not going to say everything you do is going to be happy, okay? You want to get out of your comfort zone, you got to do the things that you hate. You got to be willing to eat dirt consistently for what it's worth. And then start chewing on a watermelon every once in a while. And eventually, some of them seeds are going to sprout inside your stomach. Then you're going to have this farming patch of amazing and bountiful fruit for you to be able to release. So basically, just have grace in what you're doing. Know that you got to eat dirt and put in the work and do it consistently. And not everything's going to be fun. You're going to do things you hate. But make sure you're focused on the things that you love, because that passion in that journey, if you love the process, you can have all the watermelons in the world. Interesting. Omoshiroi. Hi. So, what I'm doing right now, to be able to tell you a little bit about my story, what's going on right now, I'm not supposed to be out here, but I am. I basically said I'm locking myself in my room, my house, I'm not leaving. I gotta write these goals, I gotta get real serious about moving forward and solving my medical problems and how I'm gonna pay for that exactly, because I excused that as being the actual problem for all of my illness, all of my faults, and realistically speaking, what I did was labeled it in my brain as a diagnosis for all of my wrongs and lack of well-being. So what that does is it changes your mindset, changes your emotional capacity, it changes your spiritual well-being, and your physical health was the start of it all. So you allowed it to be an embodiment of all your problems. So to be able to solve that, well, I think I just got to solve it and pay for it and get the money to be able to do that. So that's why I'm creating very clear and succinct goals as for how I'm going to go about that process, so that I won't have any blockages. And then my life is just going to be all free and bliss, and boom, challenge, everything for survival mode, because that's all I got. I have to. I need to. I have to survive. That's the number one thing, right? And your health is the number one thing for that. So how are you going to do that? You're going to get real serious, or are you going to excuse yourself and lose and die in a corner, balled up on the floor, really cold, with nobody else, because you just keep talking about it and not doing anything about it? Who wants to be around that type of person? So if I'm going to talk solutions and be this beacon of hope, I got to be the example. I know that, okay? So that's why I got to get real serious. That's why I'm writing these goals. That's why I'm being real clear as for how I'm going to do it. And I'm also acknowledging it as a problem. I'm in acceptance of my health as a problem. So the fact of the matter is, I can talk about it and excuse it and think something's going to happen, but it's not. So if I actually say, this is a problem, and the result that I want is to be healthy, and then I accept it and forgive myself for it, and then start taking actions as for how I'm going to go about that process of getting the result of being healthy, then it's very clear to me, this is something that's possible, this is something I'm going to do. I'm not going to complain about it anymore. I'm actually going to do something about it. And throughout this journey, I'm going to love the process, because I'm on survival here. And if I don't do this to survive, then there's no way that I'm going to be able to thrive. So this is second level survival for me. Michael, you got this, bro. Okay, anybody else? You got this. I like to call and address myself as Osada. You got this, Osada. Let's do this, okay? Pull it together, pick yourself up, go finish writing them goals, and then execute upon them every single day until you get that 10K. Okay. It was 112,000, but for this thing, I think it's a good start to focus on just generating 10K. 112,000, to change that goal. May 27th, that's something I set up for myself. But the fact of the matter is, focusing on my health is what's important. I don't need $112,000 for my health. Sure, it's good to 10x it, right? 10xing is okay. It's a completely different mindset. It makes you go after even stronger. I think with my capacity and what I'm able to do right now, we'll focus on 10K because it's very realistic. And you want to be unrealistic with your goals. And to 10x something and be unrealistic and not having met that is good. But at the same time, if this is a survival thing, then I'm going to go all in. I'm going to 10x my actions to get beyond the results of 10K. And that should be really simple. So this isn't complex. This isn't something that's horrifyingly impossible. This is completely possible. In fact, I can be able to make 10K in 1 month. The fact of the matter is, I'm doing it for 3 months. So my belief in achieving my health is the foundation for all of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it real seriously. And we're not going to make up excuses. We're just going to go after it, okay? So I created a Chinese group. I created my Business Club Academy for coaches, consultants, and speakers group. By the way, if you want to be able to find me in any of those groups where I basically document everything I learn, whether it's Chinese or being able to learn about branding, marketing, and sales, and I bring all these people together, you can go to facebook.com/groups/how-to-speak-Chinese, and the other one would be Business Club Academy. And that way, you have access to an awesome network. And just make sure you answer the questions, if there are any questions, because at this point, I just don't accept people that don't answer the questions. Like, be considerate, okay? You want to join? At least put a word in and say, hey, yeah, this is what I want. This is going to help me. All right. Then maybe I can introduce you, or you introduce yourself. Welcome, I put in the time to put this group together. I'm not going to have any other childish people messing around, bringing in negativity. No negativity allowed in my groups, okay? You got it? That's the rules. You want to join? Facebook.com/group/how-to-speak-Chinese, Business Club Academy. We're going to make the world a place full of healthy people. All right? Be the beacon of hope for the world. That's not only my job, it's yours. It's your message too. Okay, you want to embody it? Take the message from other people and redistribute it. You only got so much wisdom. You only got so much time. But we do have the internet, so let's do it. Okay, millennials. Okay, Gen Z. Gen I, information age, internet. Let's go. Come on. All right, let's put on the nitro. Let's go. Shift.